Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. In today's video, I'm going to detail some new updates to my consigning service. I'm also going to detail some new offerings, a new platform that I will be able to sell your cards through. So here on my website is where most of the information is hosted. A lot of the information is also hosted over on my Instagram. You can find that linked below. But yeah, so I will briefly touch on the eBay. I will focus more in this video on PWCC overall, just because it is a newer service and it does have a lot of different offerings to it than what I will be doing on eBay. So as you can see, the eBay rates right here on my website, they start at $500. So minimum $500 cards. eBay will primarily be, as it always has been for me, a buy it now consignment service. More people service that auction side on eBay. I'm going to be doing the little niche thing of the buy it now consignments. If you do want to sell it ultimately, and we'll get to the storage fees potentially below, if your card doesn't sell within a year, you will be charged 1% per year of the listing price from the listing date. So say we take a card in, we list it at $1,000 on July 1st, 2024. If on July 1st, 2025, that card is not sold, $1,000, 1% is $10. $10 fee will be plugged in, charged to your account, basically. Not you won't have to pay a bill, but it will be deducted from your future potential sales. And then a $25 withdrawal fee, plus any accrued storage fees, if any. So yeah, that is a deterrent to people trying to send things in that they don't actually want to sell, ask very high prices that are unreasonable, or if the market tanks a bunch, it's like I'm front loading the work of getting the thing listed, I've got to store it, I've got to insure it, all that stuff. It's just a deterrent from building up too much niche illiquid stuff that doesn't sell. And also, I guess, a proponent of getting the things out and sold. If 6 months later, 9 months later, a bunch of storage fees are looming and you want to auction all these cards, even though my eBay service isn't primarily designed to be auctioned, I just don't have the manpower or the volume to do that, I will auction your cards for the same fee structure. So getting to the fee structures, minimum $500 listing price. Obviously, if an auction happens, we're not going to know what the auction ends at. If the market changes, like a little bit of leeway for that. But the day that you send it in, the market value, the list price, the ask price that it can reasonably sell for has to be $500 plus. And the payout rate at that is free shipping on all my listings. I'm not charging, so like no hidden fees or anything. Depending on how you're paid out, there's going to be a little bit of a payment fee potentially. There's no payment fee if you want to be paid by check, PayPal, friends and family. Those are there. ACH, if you don't have a Wise account, I think that takes 39 cents out of your payment. But other than that, there's no hidden fees or anything. The buyer's not paying a buyer's premium. The buyer's not paying shipping or anything of that sort. And you're getting 80% of the sale price between $500 and $1,000, 85, 90, 92, all the way up to 95% for above $25,000. So you can see the whole table there, the whole range, depending on what you're selling. 10% fee, 90% payout rate at the $5,000 to $15,000 range. So yeah, those are the eBay. No longer vault, just eBay Catch 'em All Collectibles, stored, insured, vaulted by me myself. That service is there. Some amount of people already have cards on that. If you have cards that predate this video, they are grandfathered in. You will not be charged storage fees. I took those cards in without that agreement being made. If you want any of your older cards returned, whether you're watching this thinking about your eBay vault cards, your eBay, anything predating this video, those can all be returned to you free. Feel free to reach out. I've already emailed all active consigners. Most of them are already decided what's going to happen with them, but not everybody has gotten back to me. So definitely get back to me on that. Check your email. PWCC is the new thing. So one thing you'll notice if you look really quickly, I guess at the low end, sub $100. So that's one thing with PWCC. The first thing that jumps out, I will take any value card. I would not recommend, and I will get into that. Disclaimer, full disclosure, Dan, all that good stuff, transparency, and I'll talk a little bit more about that as I go on eBay. Sub 100, I will take them. It is not in your best interest to send those. I am more expensive than you selling on PWCC yourself for the sub $100 tiers. Obviously on eBay, you can note that I'm more expensive across the board. I pay the same store fee that anyone else does, so you're paying a premium to get me doing the work to get on my eBay and all that. One great thing about PWCC that I like about offering the service, I am going to be doing such a large amount of business with them that I will be able to get the ability to offer to you, the consigner, a better rate than you could get consigning it yourself. So one thing I do need to note here too, that to be honest, I've talked about it before. I'm not a huge fan of the whole buyer's premium terminology. So when I say sale price, what that is the hammer price plus buyer's premium. So if the card hammer price is $1,000, that means the sale price is $1,200. So of that $1,200, you would net 92.5% of the payout rate. I know if you sell through PWCC, I can show this a little bit later on the spreadsheet that I generated. But if you sell through PWCC, they might pay you 102, 106, 108% of hammer. It's a little bit mathy. It's a little bit confusing. But I will show you the math behind how $100 plus being paid out 90%, 92.5%, and then 95% of the total sale price. That is more than PWCC will pay you out across the board on card sales above $100. So yeah, I'm excited to be able to offer, like to me, the eBay route, the buy it now route, even what I used to do through the eBay vault, you were paying me a premium to what you could have done yourself. I am offering a service. I am giving you something for that. But to me, I really like the ability to offer via PWCC what feels like more of a no-brainer. It's like I'm doing the work and you're getting more money than if you had done the work yourself. So one thing I do have to say about PWCC that I should have mentioned right at the outset. So eBay is buy it now, intended. Auctions can happen too, that's fine. Same rates. PWCC as of now is auction only. There's a chance down the line that could change. I will obviously make that very publicly known if that's the case. If that's the case and buy it now has ever become a thing, storage fees, withdrawal fees will be a thing for PWCC buy it now as well. But as of today, it's auction only via PWCC, and as of today, it's graded cards. One great exciting thing, it's sealed product too. I actually sent out kind of a test run for myself. I have sold a lot through PWCC years ago, and some intermittently over the past couple years, but graded Pokemon coins, graded booster packs, raw booster packs, like just loose booster packs. I actually sent them anything you can search on PWCC and you can see like they occasionally sell just random WotC packs. They sell WotC boxes. They sell Sun and Moon. I actually sent, I have an Unbroken Bonds here, but I think I sent a Unified Minds to just auction that, see how it goes. So whether it's a card, whether it's a booster pack, whether it's a booster box, these same fees apply. And yeah, it's just a lot more open on what is accepted. Whereas eBay buy it now is single graded cards only. This is single graded cards or sealed, or I'm actually going to send a couple uncut sheets too. Like, feel free to reach out to me if you have any confusion, if you're unsure on what they offer. I mean, you can go check out their website and see some of the things that they have for sale, some of the things that they've sold in the past. It's just a little bit more broad and diverse than my former eBay vault service used to be. You can see now all my images loaded here, but yeah, there's, I mean, the vast majority of it is single graded cards, but there's also some sealed, some booster boxes in there. I can consign those for you. Continuing on down. So if you've worked with me on the eBay vault before, you would already have my my P.O. box address. I do have UPS street addressing. You can ship to my P.O. box. And then I do have the USPS version if you're shipping via USPS. PWCC, you will ship directly to my vault, and then I will handle all the back-end stuff on the website. So it's not 100% concrete yet. I will have follow-up videos and shorts and reels and updates to my website. But likely what will happen is one time per month. So whether it's the first week of the month, the first Sunday of the month, fourth Sunday of the month, I will have a filtered collection, is what they call it on PWCC. So if you've ever bought on there, if you've ever been a bidder over there, a buyer over there, they have what they call feature collections. And you can actually click this and you can just see, oh, well, Roadshow cards, I just want to see what they have. You click on it and then just what they have comes up. Again, my image is not loading amazingly, but you can see right there, a base booster pack. So a bunch of loose packs, you've got graded cards, you've got a variety of things. So I will have that likely 1 week a month, but I will also be able to run just like standard weekly auctions, kind of like no name. They just blend in to the fold with everyone else's cards. And when they're in this filtered collection, it's not like they can only be found there. They can be found on broader PWCC as well too. So I'm assuming some amount of people will be being being exposed to PWCC for the first time through this video. At least a couple people, I would imagine. Most people probably know what it is, but some amount of people, it might be new to them. Again, to me, it's like, if you're already selling on there already, look at the rates that you pay, and then look at these. I'll be doing the work for you. I know PWCC is doing it, most of it themselves, but there's still a little bit of coordinating, and there's still a little bit of interfacing with the customer and all that stuff too. So you being the customer, not the buyer of the card through PWCC, they do that. So yeah, that's the website. That's the breakdown on all that. As you can see here, there is a button. So there's a new button on my website, Consign Today. You click that button, it is a submission form. So I didn't have my tabs in the right order. So it is a submission form. One thing that blew my mind being a consigner, and it will continue to, I'm sure, a lot of people just don't want to do any of that stuff. And I understand it. Paperwork is annoying. I appreciate it when people do. You don't have to. Most people don't, to be honest. The more information you give me, though, the more safe everything is. Like, I've had, there was one time that an inbound package had the label torn off. Someone at UPS or USPS, they opened up the package, they found the packing slip in there with my name on it and my contact information, and they got a hold of me. They sent me, I think it was an email from UPS actually, UPS Package Recovery Service or whatever, and the package ultimately got to me because they enclosed my information. So do it if you want to, don't do it, I mean, you don't have to, it'll still work out. At minimum, please enclose your contact information. The amount of, like, 5-figure packages that I've gotten over the past couple of years with no identifying information. It'll have John Smith, 1234 Main Street. I will have a return address of some sort, but a lot of times it's just a government name, and I have a handle. It's like they emailed me 6 weeks ago to get approval for a consignment, and they didn't enclose their Discord handle or their Instagram handle, and I've always figured out whose cards are whose, but sometimes it's been a lot more work than it should have been. So please always enclose something. If you want to do this little consignment submission form, what's your email? Here's the rates so that you can see them again. What's your preferred contact method? I talk to people through text message. I talk to people through email, Instagram, Discord, every which way. Whatever works for you, I can make work for me. Estimated total value, number of cards. One thing I will do in the future, likely, I'm not doing it yet except for on a very limited basis. PWCC, again, they also offer raw. You send in raw and you grade it with various grading companies. As of today, I believe the offerings are CGC, BGS, and SGC. I do have some info on upcoming exciting things at PWCC that I cannot share, but they will be adding, likely, grading card companies. They will be adding other exciting things down the line, so I'm looking forward to working with them on selling your cards, potentially. Feel free to reach out if you're interested. But yeah, there's the little consignment form. Shown another way, here's a link that you can find. It's linked. Where's this one linked? I think this one's linked under the consignment info tab. So just another tab. 2 services available for consignment, the rate schedules, blah blah blah. There's the thing right there. So it's just a little overview on PWCC will be run on a weekly basis. Everything that I've said already. This is basically summarizing the video. And here's the process. You fill out the submission form, or you don't. Please do this part. Please pack your items with contact information enclosed. Ship with signature required on delivery. That one's a must. If you want my insurance, if you want to YOLO it, if you have your own insurance, you don't need to put signature on it if you don't need that for yours. But for my insurance to cover it, everything is fully insured, only if you put signature required on the shipment. So do that. I will do, as I've always done, I will do like a Google sheet. I will do, here it says for your pricing approval. Obviously, if it's an auction, there's no pricing approval. It will just be like, hey, we're going to start your card this date. And then when the card is sold and paid, I will pay you out. What that looks like. So within this spreadsheet, here's a sample thing. If you've consigned with me, you've seen this before. I keep your contact information here so I know how to get a hold of you. I keep a summary of what cards have sold, when they were listed, what they netted, all that good stuff. If I ever return any cards to you, the withdrawal fees, the storage fees, all that stuff will be maintained in this one place. There's a FAQ, frequently asked questions. Are there hidden fees? All inclusive, everything's covered. Some people, they don't want payouts every Wednesday. So some people are international, they have high receiving fees, or some people only want to be paid out, or only pay me out when it's $1,000 or $5,000 or whatever it may be. If you want that, let me know. We can do that. How long until my items are listed? eBay, within approximately a week. There's no longer that 2 to 3 week delay getting it to the eBay vault. It's just being listed by me on my eBay when I get it. So yeah, generally within a week. PWCC, I'm being conservative here. I think it should be, well, part of it too is like you need to start it on a Sunday, right, via the auction. So buy it now so I can list anytime, it doesn't matter. PWCC, it will be in approximately 2 weeks of when I get it. Part of that is just the delay of if I get it on a Wednesday, or sorry, if PWCC gets it on a Wednesday, it's not going to start that day. It's going to start that Sunday for the next weekly, right? So yeah, within approximately 2 weeks, I'm going to be conservative there. I might be able to refine that down a little bit. But fees to return cards, that was already covered, $25. Any unsold buy it nows. Can you auction your cards? Yes, same rates. 99 cent, no reserves only. I'm not going to do reserve prices. Actually, news to me recently, it's a % of final value fee, now, of final sale price now. So say you do a reserve for $1,000 and it doesn't sell. Say it goes for 800. You owe like 5% of that 800 or whatever the percentage is. It's pretty high for not selling the card. That's a lot of money to pay to not sell the card. Can I do buy it nows on PWCC? No, auction only. Is it insured? Yes, always, as long as you put signature on it. My primary payout methods, ACH, PayPal, friends and family, business check, and crypto. Primarily USDC. I have sent Bitcoin, I have sent Ethereum. I don't recommend it because the fees are a lot higher than just doing USDC. I cannot do USDT because I live in New York and it is illegal in New York. So be careful out there if you're playing with Tether. I recommend USD coin. So yeah, sample tracking form, FAQ. Here's another sheet. I'm sure not many people will make it into here, but if you care to compare, here's a little calculator. All the stuff below, everything between row 7 and downward is just the calculations that go into this. It's used in some other spreadsheets that I have behind the paywall and other places. But say a card's going to sell for $50 on PWCC, you're going to net 40. Is that actually doing it right? I don't know if that's taking out the $3. Did I just fix it? Oh no. I was gonna say it doesn't seem like that's doing it right, but the flat $3 fee is only 30 and lower. So if I did it for 20, I was gonna say that seems like it's just a 20% flat, which it is. So $20. If it sells for $20, I wouldn't recommend it. You can net more selling on your own on PWCC, but you would net 13. It would be 20 times 0.8, so 20 less the 20% fee, minus $3. eBay, it says minus $500, not applicable. So if you want to sell a card for $4.99, we can do it through well, if it achieves that at auction. And this is the all-in sale price. This is hammer and all that stuff. One thing I wanted to show you here. So if you do the math on it, trust my math. If you want to see my math, go to this spreadsheet and you can verify it. So if you sell a card publicly through PWCC, here are your price tiers. You can verify this on the website as of May 31st. If you sell it for sub 50, you get 100% hammer. 100 out of the total 120. So 100 units of sale price times the times 0.2, 1.2 for the hammer. 100 over 120 actually works out to where you're paying a 16.67% fee. A lot of people would ask you, well, it's a 20% buyer's premium, so you're paying a 20% fee. It's actually $20, so it's 100 over 120. The math works, trust me. So it's 20 over 120. It's not 20 over 100. So it actually works out where the public fee is 16.67%. I'm charging 20% plus $3. I really don't want much sub 100. It doesn't make sense. At 102 over 120, you're paying a 15% fee on up to if you sell a that's where if you sell a card that's $1 million or more, feel free to reach out to me if you have $1 million Pokemon card. We can probably talk about it. We can probably negotiate. But technically, if you sell $1 million plus card, you're only paying 4.17% through PWCC. You're paying 5% through me as it's laid out. Talk about it. I can match. I can match that rate, I guess, but I don't expect that'll come up too frequently. But you can see right here. So for everything 1,000 up, so above 1,000, you're starting to net you're starting to pay an 11.67% fee. With me, you're only paying a 7.5, 10, 7.5, 5% fee. So I'm beating PWCC directly everywhere between $100 and $1 million. So if you're below 100, you're better off doing it on your own PWCC. If you're above $1 million, reach out. We can sort it out to where I'll make it better for you to sell through me. We'll see if that comes up. But yeah, consignment info, I covered that already. There's the document. I think I am mostly done. We've got the submission form. And one thing I wanted to wrap up on, and I will link a video that I did before somewhere up above. I think that's everything I had to cover. But, oh yeah, I did show a, look at this bearded Dan from a year and a half ago. So this is a video that I talked about who wins buy it now versus auction. Because some people might say this, and it would be valid. Part of my brand has largely been, look at that beard. Part of my brand has been buy it nows primarily. I think, and I won't get too deep into this because I covered that a lot more in depth at the video there. But we're all playing different games. There's pros and cons to each, which I cover in that video. And the biggest thing to me, ultimately, with the consignment service through PWCC, it is auctions. It is different. If it fits for you, and another thing that I'll cover too, maybe in its own video, because I don't want to muddy this one up too much. But sometimes buy it now is better than auction. There are cards that I will not send personally of my own cards through PWCC's auctions, through my own service, because some cards are not best fit for it. One, some cards are not best fit for auction. Some cards are not best fit for PWCC. So in this space, we have eBay, PWCC, Heritage, Golden. We have all these different platforms, all these different grading companies. We have PSA, BGS, CGC, SGC. Every card has an optimal company to grade it with. Big number, big money generally. And every card has an optimal platform to sell through. There are certain cards, back when I had the eBay Vault consignment service, that I would watch. I would watch the recaps every Sunday night when the PWCC weeklies ended. I had some cards, Mario Pikachu's, listed for $5,500, and they were selling for $6,000, $6,200 over on PWCC. I had some random alt art, some random Japanese promos, whatever it may be, and auctions were beating my eBay buy it nows. And then vice versa too. There were some PWCC auctions, like, what you need to do is you need to do your own due diligence, and you need to verify that this service is actually best for you. This is disclaimer Dan coming through saying that not all your cards will be best sold through me. I mean, I gave the disclaimers of you're paying me some premium to sell through eBay if you want me to sell your cards. Hopefully someday I can actually sell your cards for you through eBay for cheaper than you can do it yourself. That's just not the case today. If you want to do the work, and I mean, PSA Vault is going to be a thing at some point. When is that going to roll out? How's that going to go? I mean, if you want to use the services, they're here, but by no means are you required to. I very much appreciate it for everyone that does. It definitely supports the business, and it's become a growing part of that. So yeah, this video today outlined what the services are. If you have any interest, feel free to reach out. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, leave them in the comments. I answer all my, well, I don't answer. I either heart them to verify that I read it. I read them all, and then I either heart or reply with some emoji or some well thought out question if it's required. But yeah, I appreciate everyone watching, and I look forward to hopefully selling some of your cards for you. I will catch you all later.